Hi guys, welcome. Today's video is gonna have a few parts because the process is gonna be very long. Well, especially the recording and doing the work on a bike, it's always a little bit, time consuming. You guys know. 2018 Harley Davidson BREAKOUT. It's 107. Tried to get to 114, but in the time when I tried to buy it, it's a situation. It's 2018, so probably you guys know what happened with the Trump import tax and all this kind of stuff, 25%. I was pretty much rushed through this process and get myself a 107. Otherwise, I would like to get myself a 114. But, well, never mind. It's what I have. I have to work with it. There's a stage 2 installed in it. It's a SNS 465 geared camshaft. It's obviously have a fuel pack free from Hansen, Vance and Heinz, and SNS the breather and blow performance exhaust. It's a little bit dirty, but don't worry about it. Oil is just being drained. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk you through certain changes and certain things which I done for myself. As you see, it's loads of things on this bike. It's quite unusual, especially this tank, front fender, seat, all the chrome being pretty much deleted. I asked someone to do a powder coating, which it's okay, but I would like to, to change it. Not as much as a color coordination, but it's some of the surface is not very good. I have some blisters pretty much pop it up underneath where it's the engine is hot. I have a blister on the front which pretty much crack in here after, I don't know, it's after riding it. So it's not very good. Need to be redone. Front cowling, I bought it from Rex Motorcycles. Was okay, but I done loads of things to it. So if you want to see a little bit more in a detail, so it's a fit around the headlamp. It's very well, it's nice and a little bit stretched, a little bit longer, so it's fit very nice around it. It was quite a process. I have to cut it, pretty much just to put a more fiberglass in there. The front fender's being modified as well. You see it's shortened by 1.5 centimeters on each side and 2 centimeters being lowered down to a wheel. Wheel being resprayed, everything by myself. Front, how is it called? Chin fairing, if I'm correct. So done it completely from scratch. The fuel tank, it's a different tank, doesn't actually fit to this bike. I have to cut out a new tunnel in it and just do a loads of welding, which just a disclaimer, I'm not this channel is about what I'm doing. It's my hobby and how I'm doing it. So it's please, I'm not professional, I'm not a mechanic or professional paint sprayer or anything like that. So this is just about what I'm doing. So custom seat, it's if you have a look, it's steel frame, rubber grommets. Yeah, no, actually grommets. It's the tire valves. I just been thinking, okay, I needed something where I can put it in there. It's gonna reduces some vibration. So it's tire valves installed in here, so which is sitting on a frame down there, so reducing some vibration. So glass fiberglass base, and pretty much my design. But I asked someone to do upholstery on this seat. So very nice, very comfortable. I'm going to talk to you about some riding, characteristics of this bike later on, because it's obviously I shorten the razors, you can see. So the original, it's like that long, so I just shorten them down. So it's obviously moving the riding position a little bit forward. And with this seat, it's the position it's a little bit moving backwards. I am 176 centimeter long. I'm not a very tall guy, but it's fit to my riding style very good. But it's for long distance, 200, 300 miles. I start to feel in my back. Okay, so this is about a seat. Front fender. I just bought myself the very generic fender, which was just pretty much just rounded like this. The main thing need to be something like, I don't know, I can put the 280 tires on the back. Don't have a 280, it's a 260 millimeters Metzler, is an 888 Marathon Supra, Marathon Ultra, yeah. So this the fender, I'm gonna show you. I have plenty of pictures, so I'm gonna put them in, so you can see how I actually done it. Yeah, so this is pretty much it. All it's gonna be pretty much finished draining. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pretty much start disassembling, because I'm planning to install something spectacular. The thing which I'm planning to install is 128 kit stage 4. New throttle body, new heads, new big ball cylinders, new pistons, rings. I have them down in a box. Everything around. Well, you see, it's gonna go down there. That SNS camshaft which I have in there, that 465. You have two options in there. It's geared or chain driven. Well, inside is geared. So when I open it, that camshaft chest, you will see it's geared installed in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna install part of that 128 kit. It's 517 Screaming Eagle new camshaft. Obviously the link with this one, and I have to go back to that sprocket thing configuration. I still have some bits and bobs which is coming from the previous disassembly. As a part of that, before I finish, I'm gonna change all the hardware from this kind of color. You can see this one. I'm using some of those. It's like using those cups, just to cover the silvery, the hardware, or I don't know. It must be like a zinc plated screws or whatever. Well, they shiny. I don't like it. So I'm gonna change those hardwares in there, and yeah, it's gonna be a long process. I don't think I'm gonna squeeze it into one short video. I'm gonna speed it up through this assembly process. I'm gonna always pause. I'm gonna show you when I remove a tank. I'm gonna show you how it will look from inside. What I have to do, because I didn't want to modify anything on the bike. So I heavily modified the tank to make it fit to that bike without modification on a frame, or it's like a ABS line which just go on the top of the frame. I don't want to mess with that. Just in case something go wrong, I need to go on the original settings. Yeah. Okay, so this is my creation. You see, it's very sturdy. Unfortunately, when I'm sitting, I'm too heavy, too fat. When I'm sitting on it, sometimes when I hit the pothole or something like that, I have the contact rear tire with the fender. I have like a rubber coating on it, but unfortunately it's being stripped out. Well, there's the trouble. Lots of people, lots of guys would like to have a big tire, massive tire. Well, can I put, well, original stock tire, it's 240, right? Can I put a 260? Yes, you can, but you have to bear one thing in mind. It's a 260 tire, still gonna sit on the same frame, on the same rim. So if you put it in there, so sit on the same rim. So if you put the wider tire, there's common sense. It's obviously that tire, which is designed wider, need to go somewhere. So it's made that dome a little bit, higher, obviously. When I designed that rear fender, I have a 240 tires on it. So I measure and done it how you see it now. But after I finish the fender, put it in there, change the tires to 260. Obviously that gap, it's shrink a little bit because that dome, it's exposed a little bit more, as you're getting closer to that fender. So unfortunately, that fender is being, rubbed down a bit in here in this part, but you see, there's me who doing it. I'm gonna show you some pictures step by step. It's still rubbing against that seat. It's not perfect, but nobody can see apart of you guys. Now I'm gonna turn the lights on so you can see on a paint job. I don't know if you will be able to see it, but in there it's like a strip of hexagons. It's like a strip. It's going from all the way from a front fender. Can you see it? But it's not obviously very visible, and I would like to a little bit more pronounced, so that's why I'm gonna respray that bike. The another thing is a clear lacquer. I sprayed it, it's nearly a year ago, and now if you see, it's still a little bit softer, even fingernails can still leave some kind of mark in there. So I've been thinking, maybe it's lacquer, maybe it's me, maybe it's a pressure in a gun wasn't good enough or whatever. If anyone know how to fix that problem, please let me know down there in the comments. I really appreciate it, because it's the spraying of that bike is going to be in another few parts, so I will have a time to react to your comments. But here's the thing, it's the paint is very good. I like it, but I'm gonna do something a little bit more special to this bike. So yeah, it's very good. Okay, I'm gonna take it off my tank. One more important part. Obviously, you guys know when you're doing something, assembling stuff together, sometimes you end up to the bloody hell. It's did I fit everything in there? How come I have that many bolts left? We done it. Pretty much nearly everyone been there. Myself as well. So I have a system how to do it, and try to avoid all those mistakes like that in the future. Plastic bag, piece of paper, pen if you can find one. Easy. Rear fender in the back, screws in, sealed, in a box. Next time I said, I need to fit my fender. Oh yeah, there you go. And I know exactly what is in there. Nothing extra. Oil plug, in there. It's cool. So let me to remove the fuel tank. Okay, so tank being removed. I'm not sure if you're gonna see the some of a design in there. Maybe yes, maybe not. I don't know. This one have a star design, but those hexagons in there. You see, it's not there. It's nobody can see. Well, on a direct sunshine, when you look closely, you can actually see. But I even have a bar and shield side logo on the side, which is impossible to see. So if you have a look on a tank from this view, see, I have to create a channel in here, which is down there. Do you see this the ABS lines down there on top of the spine of the frame? I have to create this channel in here, which go in there. Obviously this area to fit around the frame. This area, it's to compensate for this the oil line, which is on the top of the engine. So yeah, it's been quite a challenging part of a job. You see some those X mounting point, which was on a tank before. I need to pretty much reweld it, cut down the space for a fuel pump, you know, all this area, all this kind of stuff. So I'm gonna take the fuel tank away. I'm gonna put it somewhere where I'm gonna be able to drop it or something like that. I'm gonna leave it in here for time being. Shouldn't go anywhere, and just carry on to disassemble the bike. So this one, it's called chin fairing. You see, it's a crazy creation by myself. I put some hexagon because I have that. I like this kind of, you know, shape. So it's a steel frame, bits and bobs, and I'm gonna show you some pictures. You will see in a video how I actually done it. Yeah, so do you like it? Cool, because I do too. But obviously it's sitting right behind the front wheel, and all the water, all the stone is the first thing which it's in a way we just have a bombarded with loads of, you know, chip stone and all this kind of stuff. So I need to re-spray it, fix it, make it nice, make it a nice cleaner flush. Okay. Okay guys, so this one, it's not that bad. You can see a few of those. It's like a blister, but mainly the biggest issue is those. It's supposed to be nice into that crevice. Well, you see, it's actually lifted up that powder coating, and I think what it's causing it's the surface underneath was obviously chrome, and wasn't prepared properly. A person which I asked him to actually powder coat it for me, to be completely honest, he didn't do a very good job to prepare that. You see how quickly and easily you can peel it off. So obviously this needs to be redone. It's not like a chrome underneath, but it's not good. It's not good. Let's have a look on that another one. Well, on this one it's pretty much same thing. In here, can you hear it? Can you see it's let's have a look on this one. Can you see it? Can you see this is not smooth at all? It's just so coarse. It's just I don't even know how I'm supposed to describe it. It's just I really want to have this kind of surface on your bike. No, me neither. Is that? So this assembly of engine is complete. Everything what I want, well, it's not complete because I have a one issue with the tools. And tools which I don't have is a Torx T70, I believe is a T70 for this one, for changing compensator. And I'm gonna need to change the springs. I'm still waiting for them, and I'm waiting for a new bolt. Don't have this tool, unfortunately. But engine is being disassembled. Cylinders and all this kind of stuff is sitting in here on this archery target practice thing, or whatever how we call it. You see its piston have some carbon build up on the top of it. Well, it's 11,000 miles on a clock, so well, it's gonna be some carbon in there. So obviously this take me 2 days, kind of 2 days. I have to send some of those camchas cover, bottom and top rocker covers, and primary and those tappets covers, the powder coating, because that previous guy was shocking. Well, to be completely honest, when I get them, it was cheap, 300 quid for all those parts, but it was like, I don't know, 13 or 14, 15 parts, so it was okay, reasonable for me. Quality is looking outstanding. I put it inside the engine. Now when I disassemble 3 years later, it's shocking and just it's not good. A chrome which being underneath wasn't cleaned up properly, so everything when it's heated up it's just lifted. Started making blisters and all this kind of stuff. So in a moment everything disassembled, pump gone. You know, it's only a new part which is installed in there. it's a bearing from a Screaming Eagle. This one is a bearing from SNS, that stage 2 kit, which I installed earlier, well, 2 years earlier to this date. Some people said it's if you're changing a camshaft, change a bearing. Some people said, nah, it's bearing, it's fine. Just don't leave a stock bearing in there with that cage, you know. This one, you see it's a roller next to a roller, which should last much longer. But I don't want to take any chances. I'm gonna change the new camshaft, new bearing. So on the next episode, I'm gonna build that engine back together. Maybe I'm gonna do startup, but I'm gonna leave it to last because it's a new paint job coming. I'm gonna test it on a 1/0 fender. I'm gonna do something very experimental. So stay tuned if you wanna see it. It's gonna be something mind-blowing. Well, at least it's look like that in my head. So stick around, subscribe if you like. It's gonna make the searching for part 2 much easier. And I will see you next time. I'll be back.